Channel is the Math Billionaire. So today I want us to learn about the radical expression. We want to learn how to simplify some of the radical expression, and today we are learning about simplifying the radical expression in the form root a. So we have the first example here, 10 root 2. So we want to learn how we can simplify them into this form here so that it becomes root a. So remember, these ones are irrational roots. So irrational roots, at times they don't have the exact square roots. So to begin, so 10 root 2, we shall have this 10, this number, because this 10 we assume it's a square root. So we shall have to multiply it 10 by 10, then multiply by 2. So all these shall form a new all these shall form what is called a new root of a. So 10 multiplied by 10 is 100, and 100 times 2 is 200. So meaning that the answer is root 200. So root 200, this one, root 200 is the same as 10 root 2. So the only difference is that we've written 10 root 2 in the form of root 200. And this one is what we are asked to simplify it in this form here, in form of root a. Okay, so if in any case you're given such a sum, you just have to multiply 10 root 2 by taking this 10, the number that is outside the square root, multiplying this 10 by itself. Then from there you multiply by this root here, which is 2. So 10 multiplied by 10 by 2 shall be root 200. So root 200 can also be written as 10 root 2. And that is why we have root a here. Another example, let's take 7 root 3. So here is part B. Let's have 7 root 3. So there we have 7 root 3. So let's also express 7 root 3 in the form of root a. So 7 root 3 shall be this 7 we square it, and we say it shall be 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by root 3. So there they shall also be in one root. So 7 multiplied by 7 is 49. Then 49 multiplied by 3 is root 147. And that is now becomes our answer. So we've converted 7 root 3 to become root 147. So it is in this form of root a. And it is in this form of root a. So let's also have another example. So another example, we shall have part C. So we shall have 5 root 6. So 5 root 6 into this form here, root a. We simplify. So when that one is given, this 5, we just have to multiply by itself, then we multiply by this 6 here. So all of them shall be in the root now. So 5 multiplied by 5 is 25, and by 6 is 150. So the answer now becomes root 150. So that is how that one is done. So it's all about converting the roots. We just have to simplify those roots. Like 10 root 2 can also be written as 10 by 10 by this root 2. And the answer becomes root 200. That's the same as 10 root 2. So when you have 7 root 3, it can also be written by 7 multiplied by 7 by 3. Then you shall have root 147. When you have this other one, 5 root 6, it can be 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 6. So we shall have root 150. Root 150. So let's again have another example, part D, 2 root 12. So is 2 root 12 written? So 2 root 12, this 2, we are going to write square it, then by this 12. So all of these shall be in the root. So 2 multiplied by 2 times 12. And the correct answer is root 48. Root 48. So we have simplified root 48, and it had to be and 2 root 12 is also the same as root 48. I want us to take another one, root 27. That is now part E. So root, not really root 27, but 5 root 6. We've worked out 5 root 6. Let's take 2 root 6. How can we write 2 root 6? So 2 root 6, when we simplify this into this form, root A, we shall say 2 root 6 is the same as 2 multiplied by 2, because the number outside the root, we square it, then multiply by 6. And all of them shall be in the form of a root. So root 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. And 4 multiplied by 6 is 24. So the answer shall root 24. So the answer shall be root 24. 2 root 6 is the same as this 2. 2 multiplied by 2 times 6. And the answer is root 24. Again, when you have 3, when you have 4 root 3, how can this one be simplified? So 4 root 3 is the same as this 4, we have to multiply it by itself. So now it becomes 4 multiplied by 4 times this now root 3 times 3. So all of them shall be now into a root now. 4 multiplied by 4 is 16. And 16 multiplied by 3 now becomes root 48. So now it becomes root 48. It is as simple as that. So I'm repeating, we are talking about radical expression. Simplify in the form of root A. So we had begun with this A, 10 root 2. So 10 root 2 can be written as 10 multiplied by 10 times 2. And it shall be root 200. So root 200 is 10 root 12. Part B, 7 root 3 is 7 multiplied by 7 times 3. So when we multiply the number in the root, we shall have root 147. So root 147 is the same as 7 root 3. It's just that we've simplified here. When we come to this other side, 5 root 6. So 5 root 6 is the same as this 5 we square it, 5 multiplied by 5 times the number inside the root times 6. So now it becomes root 150. So root 150 is the same as 5 root 6. Okay? Let's move to part D. We have 2 root 12. So 2 root 12, this 2 is square it. We shall have 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 12. Then we shall have root 48. So root 48 is the same as 2 root 12. Okay? Now we have 2 root 6. So 2 root 6, I've said that the number outside the root is squared. There we shall have 2 multiplied by 2 times root 6. So now they are all are in the root. So now we shall have root 24. So root 24 is the same as 2 root 6. The last one is 4 root 3. So 4 root 3, we say that the number outside the bracket we multiply by itself, that is 4 multiplied by 4 times 3. Now it becomes root 48. So that is how all these ones are radical expressions. I want us to move to the next part now, where now we shall be changing the expressing the following in the simplest form. I want us now to move to the next, where we want to express these numbers. So express the numbers, express the numbers in the form. Express the numbers in the form. So A, so we want to express this form, the numbers in the form B root A. B root A. The first one, part A, we have root 27. So let's convert root 27 into this form, B root A. B root A. So what do we do in this case when you have root 27? We must find a number that we can multiply to get 27, and that one of the numbers must have a square root. Get me right? For us to work this one out, we must find a number that has got For us to change this root 27 into b root a, we must have a number that has got a square root. That number must come from 27. The number that when multiplied by 27 by that number gives us 27, and one of its numbers must have a square root. And which number is that? So this root 27 can also be written as 9 by 3. 9 by 3. So 9 multiplied by 3 is the same as root 27. Hope you are getting me right. Now, why have I picked 9? 9 is one of the numbers that has got a square root. Remember, we are talking about irrational numbers, the numbers that doesn't have a square root. Okay, like root 27. So when we work it out, we shall write root 27 into the form 9 multiplied by 3. So that from there, we shall have root 9 multiplied by root 3. Because root 9 multiplied by root 3 is the same as root 27. But now we can work out root 9, and root 9 is 3. We don't have root 3, so we shall have just that way. So the answer is 3 root 3. So we've now converted into this form. So now it becomes 3 root 3. 3 root 3. And let's look at another one. Let's talk about root 96. Root 96. Let's have root 96 here. That is part B, root 96. Root 96. So when you have root 96, this one is how we shall express root 96. This one is how to express root 96. So root 96 can be written as 16 multiplied by 6. And all these ones are in the form of roots. Why am I picking 16? Because 16 has got a square root, because one of the numbers must have a square root. So here we can just write it as root 16 by itself multiplied by root 6 by itself. Root 16 by itself multiplied by root 6 by itself. So from there we shall have root 16 is 4. Root 6, because 6 doesn't have a square root. So the answer becomes 4 root 6. The answer becomes 4 root 6. And as to move to another example, part C, we have part C on this other end. Part C, let's talk about root 54. So we need asked to convert root 54 in the form A to root B. You are asked to convert root 54 in this form here. So here, root 54, we must have a number that is at least greater. So we can write it as root 9 multiplied by 6, because 9 times 6 is 54. So root 54 can be written as 9 by 6. So here we shall say that now we shall have root 9 separate multiplied by root 6 separate. So when you have root 9, the answer is 3 root 6. And that is now becomes the answer. 3 root 6. 3 root 6. Lastly, I want us to talk about root 175. So work out part D. Now root 175. So root 175 can also be written as 25 by 7. So 25 multiplied by 7. So we can also express it that way. So here we shall have root 25 alone multiplied by root 7 alone. So already root 25 has been gotten as root 5 then by this we shall have 5 root 7. So this one is how we work. We must find at least one of the numbers that has got a square root to help us solve this figure now. That's why we say root 175 is the same as 25 multiplied by 7. So we shall have root 25 on its own multiplied by root 7 on its own. So the answer is 5 root 7, the one that we've had here. So the same as root 54, when you express into this form a, b, we shall have 9 multiplied by 6. So one of the numbers, that is 9, we have got the square root, that is 3, and you don't have the exact square root of 6. That's why it remains 3 root 6. That is why it remains 3 root 6. And that is how we have also worked out root 27 into this form here. A root b. So root 27, we've said to be, we take 9 by 3, because 9 times 3 is 27. We must have a bigger number that has a square root. That's why we say that root 9 can also be written independently as root 9 multiplied by root 3 is also independent. So there we shall have root 9, already we've solved it, that is 3. Because 3 does not have a direct square root, it's only remain 3 root 3. So what I request for you, my humble subscribers, please, if in case you haven't subscribed to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, because it is the only channel that gives you the best when it comes to sharpening your math skill. Okay, root 96 can also be written as 16 multiplied by 6. So we all know the square root of 16 is 4. So we shall have 4 root 6. So we shall have 4 root 6. So all these, we call them the radical expressions. These ones are radical expressions that are easy to simplify. Let's talk about one more in case root 273. Root 200 and not 73 but root 243. Root 243. How is this one written? Root 243. So this one can be written as, we must get a bigger number. That bigger number has got also what is called a square root. So it can also be written as 81 multiplied by 3. 81 multiplied by 3. So we put all those ones into the root. So root 81 is 9. So we shall have 9 root 3. So that one now becomes our answer. So root 243 is 81 multiplied by 3. So we shall have 9 root 3 as our only and only answer. As our only and only answer. So these ones are very simple and simple things. I want us to move to the next. I want us to move to the part for addition. In case you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. This one is one of the best channels that gives you the best mathematics that you can use to sharpen your skills. You can use to sharpen your careers. You can use to coach any of your siblings who has difficulties and maybe might hate maths. I want us to move to addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction. Addition, let's talk about addition. Addition first. We have this number 3 root 5. 3 root 5. You add to 5 root 5. So we have 3 root 5 add to 5 root 5. So how do we go about this? Now, because the roots are the same, root 5 add to root 5 is the same as root 5. So you shall have your root 5 there. So 3 add to 5 is 8. We put 8 there. So our answer is 8 root 5. Our answer is 8 root 5. And another one, let's talk about this other one also. This one is, let's name it 1. This one is 2. So our second example, we can talk about 3 root 3. 3 root 3 add to 4 root 3. 3 root 3 add to 4 root 3, add again to 5 root 3. Okay, when you check at this, you know we have the similarities of the roots, root 3, root 3, root 3. So there the answer is root 3 because root 3 is similar. Then now we add the numbers outside root 3. 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 5 is 12. So our answer is 12 root 3. Our answer now becomes 12 root 3. Let's now talk about the subtraction. Subtraction. The very easy maths. People should not be scared. Man, these things are easy. So let's have 2 root 6. 2 root 6 like that. 2 root 6 minus 4 root 6 minus 4 root 6. 2 root 6 minus 4 root 6. So what we have to check is the roots are the same. The roots are the same. So we just have root 6 because root 6 is the same. Now we shall have 2 subtract from 4. The numbers outside the root. 2 subtract from 4. And the answer is minus 2. So the answer is minus 2 root 6. Minus 2 root 6. They're very, very easy numbers. Let's pick another one. This one is example 2. Example 3. Let's have this number here. Example 3. Example 3. Let's have 25 root 17. 25 root 17. 25 root 17 subtract from 6 root 17. 25 root 17 subtract from 6 root 17. So our roots are the same. So we don't say, we don't subtract root 17, subtract from root 17, then you write 0. No. In case the roots are the same, you simply write that root. Now we shall have root 17. So what is left? We subtract the numbers outside the root. That is 25 subtract from 6. So 25 subtract from 6, we shall have 19. So the answer is 19 root 17. 19 root 17. And that one shall now becomes our answer. So addition, these ones are radical expressions. We can also add them 3 root 5 plus 5 root 3. Because the roots are the same, we shall have root 5. Then from there we shall have 3 plus 5. And the answer is 8. So the answer shall be 8 root 5. Here, another example 2. 3 root 3 plus 4 root 3 plus 5 root 3. Because the roots are the same, root 3 and root 3 and root 3. Because they are the same, we shall have root 3. Then from there we shall do what? We shall add the numbers outside the roots. 3 plus 4 plus 5. And the answer shall be 12 root 3. Now, when we come also to this side, that is subtraction, we have 2 root 6 subtract from 4 root 6. Now, because the roots are the same, like root 6 and root 6 are the same, we shall have root 6. Now we shall just have 2 minus 4. And we shall have negative 2 root 6. Then lastly, we shall have 25 root 17 subtract from 6 root 17. Because the roots are the same, that is 17, we shall have that 17. Then 25 subtract from 6, we shall have 19. So our answer shall be now 19 root 7. 19 root 7. 19 root 7. Okay, so let's now check another one. In case we have a number like this, in case we have root 8, root 8, add to root 8, root 8, add to root 8. So in case we have root 8 add to root 8, we are going to check this. Convert root 8. So when you convert root 8, you shall have 4 multiplied by 2. That root, then this one also, we add to 4 multiplied by 2. Okay, because root 8 can also be written as 4 multiplied by 2. Again, root 8 can also be written as 4 multiplied by 2. So root 8 can also have root of 2 multiplied by this one, root 4. This one shall have root 4 separate multiplied by root 2 separate plus this 4 we shall have root 4 separate multiplied by root 2 separate. Then we shall now check on this other side now and see that 4 root 4 is 2 root 2, so we shall have 2 root 2 add 2, this one shall also be 2 root 2. So 2 root 2 add to 2 root 2. Because root 2 and root 2 is the same, so our final answer is root 2, then 2 plus 2 is 4. So the answer shall be 4 root 2. So our answer shall be 4 root 2. 4 root 2 shall be our answer. As simple as that. So, as we wind up everything that we've learned today, what I can assure you is always subscribe to this channel. In case you have not subscribed to the channel, you are losing a lot. So ensure you subscribe to this channel and tune in, sharpen your math skills so that you get to know all these things. This one is channel that gives you value. I want us now to rewind whatever we've talked about today in our today's class. We've talked about several things, and we've talked about how we can work out the issues to do with the radical expression, how we can convert them into several forms. Like this one is express the numbers in the form of b root a. So it started with root 27, how we can express it into this side. So root 27, if said, can also be written as 9 multiplied by 3. So 9, we separate root 9 by root 3. So root 9 becomes 3 because the square root of 9 is 3. Then 3 doesn't have a square root, so it remains 3. So we shall have 3 root 3. And this one is now the answer. So what I want to tell you is that always get subscribed to this channel, because it is the only channel that has got value to do with maths. It is the only channel that gives you quality. It is the only channel that gives you the best. You can use this channel to sharpen your math skill. Please consider referring this channel to any of your friends, because they might gain in one way or the other. Don't be selfish. Spread the knowledge to them. Help them to subscribe to this channel. Show them, spread the message so that at least they have an idea on how to solve some of the math problems, because this channel is specifically to do with the maths problem. So in an event you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing, because we don't want to lose. We want to share knowledge across the world. We want to share knowledge across the world so that people get to learn each and every day. People get to learn some of the several things that we can always get knowledge from them. So what I'm going to tell you is consider subscribing to this channel, because this is the only channel that has got a lot to offer in terms of mathematics. So I want to stop there. We shall proceed from there next time. Same place, same moment. So please share the knowledge to your friends Tell them that this one is the most common channel that you are supposed to subscribe to, and until we meet again, where we shall spread the knowledge of maths. Otherwise, have a nice time wherever you are. Goodbye.